Hi, my name is Reverend Ken Kimiywe, the Deputy Bishop of Christ is Jansa Ministries, and I also serve as the Senior Pastor of the Buruburu Church. Well, it's good to have you with us, and today we want to talk about a subject that is very key and that is very close to many couples that are involved together in marriage. And we want to talk about conflict resolution in marriage. And as I begin, I would like to bring it out very clearly that there is no marriage that is perfect. Why? Because there are no perfect human beings. And because none of us is perfect, our marriage then also is not perfect. And within this imperfection, what happens is that conflict is inevitable. And we come from different backgrounds, we have different tastes, and sometimes moods come around us that cause us not to be able to engage positively with one another. And so conflict happens in whichever relationship that you would want to think about, and how much more in marriage. And so we want to talk about how we can be able to resolve this conflict in our marriages. And follow with me as we look at different steps on how we can do this. Let me begin by saying number one step in resolving conflict in marriage is when two people are able to appreciate the fact that they are two different human beings. It has been said that opposites attract each other. And so by you being married to one another, it must be that you had totally different personality traits, or you have totally two different ways in how you approach things of life. And in this case then, because of that difference, sometimes when we do not appreciate those differences, they can easily become points of conflict in our marriage. And so the first step is you being able to know that you think differently from your spouse. You have different feelings from your spouse, and probably you have also maybe a different program than your spouse because you have different careers that probably you're pursuing. Maybe you are at different levels in terms of what you're going through in your own life planning. And so these things come in and they cause a lot of conflict in marriage. And I want to suggest to us that one of the ways we can resolve our conflicts is first trying to understand who is my spouse and what makes them not happy, what makes them happy. In other words, understanding their personality, knowing what causes them to be downcast, or what may make them to be unhappy, or how you can engage them even in speech, because there are times some of us, depending on our personality profiles, we want to be quiet. We don't want noise. For some of us, we are loud and we want to shuffle and hustle everybody else. But when we do not appreciate these differences, then those differences are the ones that become the bedrock of all the conflicts that we have in marriage. And so I would like to suggest to us as couples, find time to try to understand what is different between me and my spouse, so that those things that are different, because you may like one program on television, she may like the other, or he may like the other. And sometimes just simply because of a difference in the program that is running on the television, a conflict, a very heavy conflict can resolve. And so you may want to, first of all, get to know she likes this program. And so when that program is going on, you want to give her space. Or maybe he's into sports like many men are, and when they are watching their football, you don't want to interfere. And so you want to give them that space and allow them to watch their game without you bringing in issue, or the child did not go to school because of ABCD. He won't listen. He won't be there with you. And that in itself could easily erupt into a big ball fire of conflict. And so what am I saying? One of the things that we need to do as couples in making our marriage communication healthy and one that is productive and objective is to understand one another in terms of our personality, in terms of our dislikes, in terms of even how we can manage our spouse, because different people, as I said earlier on, relate to different things in a different way. And so I would suggest that even as we go forward as a couple, let's take a moment and understand one another. And I believe in understanding one another, we'll be able to know our differences. And in knowing our differences, we can now begin to move in one direction in terms of the things that cause us to be at conflict with each other. I hope this has helped you, and if you need any further help in terms of questions or any comments that you like to make about this particular focus, you can get in touch with us, whether on Facebook or on Instagram or on YouTube, and we would be more than glad to engage with you. This is CITAM Online, and I pray that you will have opportunity to resolve your marriage conflicts in a positive way. God bless you.